We have a president who for 4 years have been an embarrassment to the U.S., to the international community. He has insulted the handicapped, supported and encouraged white supremacy, paid for prostitutes, bragged about grabbing women by the crotch, appointed a Supreme Court justice who was accused by multiple women of assault. He has lied daily, that has been documented. He has alienated us from the world community. He has insulted anyone who disagrees with him. And now he encouraged insurrection and overthrow of the United States government. And today I was listening to a so-called evangelical pastor who says that when he votes, he used the gospel to make a decision and righteousness. Yet in all his religious rhetoric and quoted scriptures, he refused to denounce the promoter and the proclaimer of evil, one who stands for evil and injustice, Donald Trump. I refuse to call him president. Donald Trump. Some pastors say we should preach the gospel and only the gospel and stay away from political issues. Well, if that was true, then we have forgotten our history. Our history is a history where the church took on social issues for social justice. For example, Dr. King in the civil rights struggle demonstrated how the church takes the lead in social injustice. When he marched on Washington, you didn't see violence. You didn't see thugs storming the Capitol. And if the church and its religious leaders had not taken on social injustice, as this evangelical pastor suggested that we should stay away from those type of issues, which I totally disagree with him. Because if he was right, we would still be riding in the back of the bus. We wouldn't have the right to vote. We would still be drinking from separate water fountains. We would still be barred from certain restaurants. So I disagree with the so-called evangelical movement, which refuses to denounce the evil of Donald Trump. I listened to this happened to be Caucasian pastor today that say that we should stay away from politics and we should vote and choose according to what's righteous. But yet, in all of this religious rhetoric, I didn't hear him speak against Donald Trump, which has shown no signs of righteousness. Well, I, for one, who am also a pastor, I will speak against the evil of Donald Trump. Never before in the history of the United States have the Capitol been stormed by its own citizens. And I recall when the Black Lives Matter protests took place at the Capitol, it was lined with National Guard troops. And if they had stormed the Capitol building, it would have been bodies strewn about the Capitol grounds in multitudes. Yet here, these vandals supporting a president who encouraged them to march on the Capitol. He encouraged them to insurrect and sedition. Yet, we supposed to be quiet and not say anything about the evil of Donald Trump just because we are a part of the church. Well, I disagree. I'm not that pastor. I haven't arrived to the point where I will not call out the evil of the so-called, of the resident who shows up unwantedly to the White House because the people don't want him. But he keeps showing up for work, but that won't last very long. So I just want to say that it bewilders me how so-called church leaders, and I don't want to make it a racial issue, but for example, that Paula White, so-called pastor who insanely called on angels from Africa to help Donald Trump be elected, re-elected as president. Yeah, the church at large, I hate to say it, but the evangelical white church refuses, no matter what he says, what he does, refuses to denounce his evil. Well, I say they're wrong.